Welcome back, everyone. Now to our interview of the day. I am joined by Commissioner for Public Works and Transport in Oyo State, Professor Dahoud Shongodoyin. Good evening to you, Honorable Commissioner. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Good evening, and how are you doing?
I'm very fine, thank you so much. Let's kick off this way. When Governor Makinde was campaigning for a second term, he says he will deliver what he tagged Omit 2.0. Which centers on bringing sustainable development to the people of your state. And if I can remember vividly, he said Omit 2.0 is a film that will be a lot better, sweeter, and more effective when compared to Omit 1.0. So how far has the governor gone in actualizing this promise?
Okay, let me just bring you back to when we came on board in 2019 so that you can realize that Omit 2.0 is really much better than Omit 1.0. In Omit 1.0, we actually had a roadmap for accelerated development of Oyo State 2019 to 2023, whereby we emphasized that we will have deliver infrastructure project that is cross-functional, that is highly have high impact, and of course that is capital intensive, such that it will add value to our roadmap and also transform Oyo State to economically vibrant, socially harmonious, aesthetically delightful, and physically functional state, and a preferred destination to all. Mind my words, what I'm saying now is that now in Omit 1.0, yes, we have achieved what we promise our people under the roadmap for accelerated development. Now, if you look at the health sector, wherein we had the infrastructure, the rehabilitation of our health centers, almost 299 health centers across the state has been completed, and in Omit 2.0, we are now also completing the 52 that is left. On the education, we also started with 60 secondary school, model secondary schools, and we completed that. And of course, we renovated 700 classrooms across the state, and we also supplied 265,500 tables and chairs to our pupils in secondary schools. Now, in Omit 2.0 now, we are also working on 64,000 of such desks and tables for the students. Now, under the expansion of economy, which the road infrastructure belongs, in Omit 1.0, which was 2019 to 2023, we actually delivered 11 roads of 144.37 kilometers in 4 years, compared to what we met in 2019, which was just 33.795 kilometers. Now, for 10 months now, we've actually delivered 76.05 kilometers. 3 roads within the state. We have commissioned those 3 roads. So you can see now that within just 10 months, we've actually delivered 76.05, which is almost half of what we did in Omit 1.0. So our interest is our goal actually is to deliver sustainable infrastructure development in urban and rural areas of Oyo State. And we want to consistently deliver high-impact, durable, and cross-functional infrastructure projects throughout the state. As I speak now, all the zones in the state, they are witnessing infrastructural projects. Let me take you to Ogbomoso zone and Nishayin zone, for which in May 2024, His Excellency Engineer Makinde is going to commission the 76.6 kilometer road that link Ishayin, which is Okeogun, to Ogbomoso, which is Ogbomoso zone. Now, as I speak also right now, we are equally working on the inner roads within Ibadan cities, 95.8 kilometers. If you check
all right,
our
Honorable Commissioner, we'll get there, and they will be systematically. One project many are excited about is the Rashidi Adewolu-Ladoja Circular Road. That construction, the construction of which was flagged off last week. I want you to tell me why many see this 32-kilometer road as a game changer.
Good. Now, that road was actually initiated during the Land Additional regime in 1999 to 2003, but Senator Rashid Adewolu-Ladoja actually commenced the preliminaries of that road. Now, His Excellency, September 2022, actually renamed that road to Senator Rashid Ladoja Circular Road. That time, we started working on 6 bridges and 2 interchanges. Now, we have completed the 6 bridges and the 2 interchanges. As I speak now, we flagged off last week, Friday, 22nd of this month, the pavement road of the 32.2 kilometers. Now, that pavement road, we have 4, toll gates. The toll gate, we have one at the Lagos end, there's another one at Badeku, and in between, we have 2 other toll gates, just to allow us to be able to maintain the road for a long time of 50 years, even more. Now, the essence of that road is for us to connect the southwest part of Nigeria to other places in Nigeria. Why? If you are coming from Lagos State, you don't have to bother yourself coming down to Ibadan now anymore. You just join our 32.2 kilometer express road. Hopefully, in the next few weeks, we'll also award the 34N that will link you to the A1 of Oyo, Ogbomoso, Ilorin Road. So therefore, coming from the northern part of Nigeria, you can link up from Akinyele end, join our circular route to Lagos. Also from the eastern part, you come into Ife, Ile-Ife, Ondo, then you can also equally come in to our circular route and join the Lagos State. So ease of doing business is number 1 target. 2, also expand the expansion of the economy along that corridor. That corridor, we are going to have a number of features around that corridor, like the automobile park, industrial park, GRAs. Actually, the Rashidi Ladoja GRA is almost close to that end also. So that area will attract a number of economic activities, right? So which means we are opening job opportunities for the resident and people of Oyo State.
So I also know about the overhead bridge at Akobo, Idiakwe, Basharun, dual carriageway, and the second gate of the second mechanized division of the Nigerian Army. Talk to us about that project as well.
Now, remember I said in Omit 1.0, we delivered the 144.37. That one you mentioned now, that's the Idiakwe to Oduwo Para, that's 7.2 kilometers. And that one also has the flyover, which connects around the general gas end. For a long time, it has been asking our people there. As I speak, those who can hear me, we know the truth is being said here. Because it can take you well over 3 hours or 4 hours to just navigate just close to 5 kilometers. But right now, it takes you less than 10 minutes to go from the one end to the other. And I suspect, again, that also has assisted a number of business establishments along that route as I speak now.
All right. I think the last one is this junction improvement works on Agodi Gate to Old Ife Road. What's the economic impact of these roads?
Now, that one is actually phase 2. In 2002, precisely, sometimes in May 2001, we opened the first phase, which is challenge 2021, we opened the challenge junction improvement. It has been serious congestion around that route. Not even that, majority of our people, they sell on the streets, buy and sell on the street. Now, this one we just commissioned, that's the Agodi Gate Civic Center, Idiakwe, has been a terrible area for us in terms of congestion, in terms of flow of traffic, in terms of business. It was not easy for our businessmen and women. But as it is, as I talk now, we do have a car park that can accommodate the commuters, can accommodate the Mikras, the Okada riders, the bus, and well over they have 350 stores, which can accommodate 700 traders within that place, because one store can take 2 traders at a time. And His Excellency has graciously approved that it should be given out free of charge. So what are we saying? We are lifting the street hawkers, traders from our road to a more decent, a more lucrative area for them to do their businesses, a more conducive, a more secured area, because that place also has solar light, which means they can have night market, night business in that area. Due to the civil sector. The civil center is also problematic. It was also problematic because you have so many the traffic jam around that exists. It is now a thing of the past. Ease of doing business, the traffic flow is easy for people. Even you have provisions for pedestrian crossing along that route, which makes life easier for our people.
That's great. All right. So talking about this allocation of 700 free stalls to street traders in Oyo State. I know this is to curb street trading and the legal dumping of refuse. But is Governor Makinde planning to replicate this initiative across the states?
Yes, exactly. We still have, you remember, Ibadan is the major city that I can say for free, it's giving almost 70% of our IGR, if not even more. So Ibadan is our main focus. We are having another 3 to 6, another 6 junction improvement in Ibadan, which is coming up. As I speak now, the next place to move is the University of Ibadan. The University of Ibadan was established in 1948, and some of us passed through that university. If you go there now, you find traffic congestion, and Agbowo is another area. Agbowo Junction is another area. It's another business center for people coming to Ibadan, coming to the University of Ibadan and doing businesses. And so we are going to focus on that. That once we are able to achieve that, we'll move to other cities. Like I mentioned earlier, if you look at what we are doing now in Ibadan, the feeder roads, we extend that feeder roads to other cities, like other zones, like Ogbomoso, Okeogun zone, and Ibadan zone, and Oyo zone. So we have in mind, but if we start from where we know that we have hubs of economic activities, yes, and we are getting it right, of course, we are not leaving any zone untouched. Let me just to say that His Excellency Makinde has actually linked all the zones together. What am I saying is we have linked Ibadan to Okeogun. We have linked Okeogun to Ogbomoso. We have linked Ibadan to Oyo. We have linked Oyo to Okeogun. And also, we have linked Ibadan to Ibarakwa and Okeogun to Ibarakwa. So, which means it's now a thing of the past that we have a serious problem in time to connect yourself within the zones. No, it's a thing of we are now moved from hardship to prosperity in terms of linking our zones together.
All right, Prof. Thank you so much for going there, because that happens to be my next question. So you're saying to us now that the state government has linked Ibadan, Oyo, Okeogun, Ogbomoso, Ibarakwa. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Now, so you're saying if we send our reporter there now, he would confirm this.
Let me help you. Let me just put more light to it. Now, send your reporter now to move from Ibadan to Okeogun, especially Ishayin. You find that 65 kilometers ready, no potholes, and it has been commissioned 3.5 years ago. Also, in September 25th, 2023, we commissioned the link between Oyo and Okeogun, which is Ishayin. That's 34.85 kilometers. The people can go there. Now, by God's grace, we are going to commission the 76.6 kilometer linking Ogbomoso zone to the Okeogun zone. That's the sharing. But as I speak now, if your repair gets there now, it's going to take them between 1 hour 10 minutes to 1 hour 15 minutes from Ishayin to Ogbomoso, because we have actually almost completed the route from Ogbomoso to Fakpote. That's about 95% completed. We are now working on Ishayin to Fakpote, which is about 75% completed. Within the next few weeks, we'll get that one off. Now, ditto from Ibadan to Ibarapa. Now we are working on that 48 kilometers. Before it used to be a serious problem, hardship on that road. But with the contractor on the road now, we've done what I can call the drainage system is completed. We have done some few regulations. We are just doing stone base and asphalt and the final cost as the grounding cost, which will be the final thing to link up that zone. Now we have linked to Ibarapa to Gaga, and that one is actually something you can verify. So what am I saying is that please come, enjoy yourself. I've actually gone around these zones as to inspect our project, and I'm happy to say that His Excellency has actually done well in linking the zones together.
All right, because connecting the zones is supposed to be the basis of this conversation tonight. Because for the people of Okeogun, or for Okeogun community rather, which happens to be the food basket and one of the richest in Nigeria in terms of natural deposits. I mean, at the last count in 2022, the population was about 3.6 million. That's for Ibadan. So I wanted to ask what the state is doing. The state of the roads connecting it rather, and Ibadan to ease the flow of vehicular traffic between both zones. But now that you've said this has been fixed, I also thought that the contractors were given a completion time of 90 days. What caused this delay?
90 days for which road?
For the Okeogun-Ibadan road.
No. There's not Okeogun-Ibadan. Which Okeogun? Because we have Ishayin to money.
Ishayin to... kindly hold on, Honorable. Ishayin to Fakpote Ogbomoso Road. Am I correct?
No. Right, that's fine. You're correct. It's just Okeogun linking to Ogbomoso. Now, let me throw more light to that. Right. You see, on that road, we do have 2 bridges, okay, across Okeogun River, River itself, okay? Now, that one has been completed. Now we had problems in some areas that we have rocks, and we have to be careful because of the topology and the pavement we want to construct. So if you have estimated 2 months in engineering and you find out that you just have to keep your time so that you will not do rush business job, and at the end of the day, we have problems. So we have to take our time. That's why Ishayin to Fakpote was slowed down a bit. But as I speak to you now, it's about 75% completed. So the same thing from, there is what we call Aulada. That area is a rock area. So we face some troubles also in that area. Now, again, we had issues in getting approval of the federal government, because when you cross federal government route, you need an approval. We have an underpass around close to the end of Ogbomoso. That's the one coming. That's the Ogbomoso Iseyin Road. Now, Ogbomoso Ilorin Road. Now that took us some time to get. The area is called Randa. Now that took some time before we got the effort of His Excellency Makinde, we got the approval, and we're almost done with the underpass now. So those are some delays that we had. Again, the weather also contributed. See, so we cannot hold the weather. So when the rain falls, there's nothing we can do. We just have to make sure that we wait so that we have enough time for us to move, especially when it involves concrete work.
All right, Prof. Let's stay on this Okeogun matter, because I'm very particular about that community, because the people of that community say they have been neglected for too long. And if you look at the huge potential in that community, you wonder why.
Sure.
There are a number of tourist spots in this area waiting to be developed. I know you're not the commissioner for tourism, but these certainly affect your office. What is government doing to develop these communities?
Certainly, we are working on that because we know that where road goes, development surely follows. Okay, so therefore, what His Excellency did was to open up that agrarian zone, the tourism area, in terms of the road connectivity. Now, within the 1.0, Omit 1.0, okay, we'll enjoy the almost what I can call the fear, what I can call His Excellency passion to develop that zone. Let me give you an example. The Shaki Township, okay, that's about 9.0 kilometers, now was constructed, commissioned during the Omit 1.0. Now, during Omit 1.0, we started on Shaki Ogboro, okay, Igbo, okay, that's about 45.54 kilometers, which we are still on. So we are trying to open that area so that tourists can be attracted. Also, we can have the farmers can bring in their produce to the town easily. So we are working on that to be able to expand our economy. Again, the Fashola farms, which is closer to Ishayin being in Okeokunzo, that was why His Excellency constructed that road, or your Ishayin Fashola road, and it's now working. Go there now, you'll find our farmers working easily without any stress, and the security also is also taken care of, because the good road, we have our Motekuns, we have our operation boards on the road. So we know His Excellency is mindful of the fact that we must develop all the roads.
All right, Prof, let's take a break, and when we come back, we will continue this conversation. You're watching Politics Tonight, everyone. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Politics Tonight, everyone. Thank you so much for staying with us. Professor Dahoud Songodoye is still on the program with us. He's the Commissioner for Public Works and Transport in Oyo State. And tonight we're discussing Oyo infrastructure roadmap. Prof, thank you so much for staying with us on Politics Tonight. Now let's talk about inner roads. I'm aware that as of last year, that's May last year, the government approved the award of contracts to reconstruct, repair, or improve a total of 99.53 kilometer inner roads in Ibadan. As we speak, at what stage are these projects?
Thank you so much. Under our roadmap for sustainable development of Oyo State, 2023 to 2027, page 16 through to page 18, we mentioned that we are going to deliver 65 kilometers of inner roads on the basis of 15 kilometers per year. That was what we wrote in that roadmap. His Excellency actually take the bull by the horn and started with 95.85 kilometers within Ibadan City. Now, we had the roads in 3 lots. The first lot has 10 routes. The second has 2 routes. I'm going to mention the routes. And the third has 5 routes. Now, the first lot that we have allotted is about 70 kilometers. Right now, in lot 1, we have started working on the 110 junction from the when you're coming from Akpata or from Dugbe, we call it place 110 to Challenge. It's a dual carriageway, and as I speak now, we have completed the total overlay of the 4.1 going and 4.1 coming, that's 8.2 kilometers. we were there with His Excellency on Thursday. The second road on that lot is the one around the Kopiowu, NTC, NUJ, Nigerian Genesis Center, which we are working on the artwork right now. Now, again, we have another road from General Gas to Disengov. Disengov is a place along Iwo Road, Iwo Road to Iwo Town itself. Now, they've completed part of the wearing course, whereas about close to about 1.2 kilometers has been completed in that route. So we are working on the drainage system along that area. So that makes number 2 route within that lot 1 that we're working. So we believe that that part of the 1110 and that the Disengov will be completed within the next 2 weeks. So the other areas, other roads within lot 1 will commence. And since we give them 12 months, and now by the end of this month, we will have spent just 3 months. So we still believe that one, we still have time to complete the rest of the roads. Now, under lot 2, that one has the road from Agodi Gate, where we commissioned the junction improvement, to Malete. That's one part. And there's another place from Agugu, Okeadu to Akweni. Now, from that Malete, from that end of Bere to Bode, that they've done the regulation as well as the overlay. So we are pushing that within the next 2 weeks, they should have completed the entire stretch of the overlay around that axis. Of course, they've started working on the drainage, the line drains along the Okeadu, Orita Akweni Road via the Goodwill High School. So that also we believe, and that is for 6 months. That's lot 2. So we are now again 3 months. With 3 months left, so it will be completed by God's grace by end of June. Now for the lot 3, that lot 3 has about 14 kilometers of road network. They have started working on the first part of the overlay between Itiarere to former Okabisi, Babadetuji, to the junction of Molete, Okebola Road. So that they've completed the overlay, the first overlay. So they are now working on the second section, which is from the that place which you call Okeado Road to Ansarudin, pass by the Nigerian Tribune area. As I speak now, they are working on the line drain. So again, that section has 8 months to complete the work. So it is my belief that all the 3 sections or the 3 lots be completed on time. Then we move to other areas of your state.
All right. So when will that be? Because I was going to say that I'm sure you're aware that there are people who accuse the governor of just developing Ibadan. So when will the state government extend this repair, reconstruct to other inner roads and other parts of the states?
Yeah, we have the survey, we have the database of the linear routes that needed rehabilitation or reconstruction across the zones. But believe you me, if you want to do a good job, you must start somewhere, complete that one, and go to the next phase.
Yes.
So if we complete that of Ibadan zone on or before the end of December 2024, certainly the 2025 budget will accommodate some other zones.
All right. So what kind of support is the governor giving to efforts made by local governments in line with the developmental plans of the states?
Yeah, they are also working with His Excellencies in terms of the road networks. For instance, now, a place called Arakwaja area in Ibadan, through the Oluyole end, is being constructed by the local government. And Olodo Bridge is supported by the local government. The Gaga Road that I mentioned, linking the Okeogun and Ibarapa, okay, the construction is by the local government. Okay. So now also we have, within Ibadan city, we have this road which is called Omiadio, Ido local government, 10.1 kilometer. It has been completed, it has been commissioned, it was constructed by the local government. Also, we are working on the 5.5 kilometers within the barrack you mentioned earlier to comprehensive high school, NOW comprehensive high school. That's about 5 point something kilometer. Also is being constructed by the local government. So we are working together. There is synergy within the state and the local government for the development of your state.
Right. Let's talk about transportation. How is Governor Seyi Makinde enhancing transport infrastructure in your state?
Yeah, remember, the road being constructed is to improve the transportation system in our state. For instance, we have our pace setter buses now operating across the zones. These days, we have problems in terms of inflation, in terms of the removal of subsidy. His Excellency had been gracious to the people of your state and also giving out our buses, okay, that commute from Ibadan to Ogbomoso, Ibadan to Kyogo, and so on, right? So now, that is to help to reduce the hardship of our people on the road. When the road is okay, and of course, there's provision of buses on the road, there will be a good reduction in terms of maintenance of the vehicles itself. Now, we also provided bus terminals. Bus terminals we constructed about 2.5 years ago. That's one at Ojo has been opened, has been commissioned, and yes, Ojo end of Ibadan and Challenge. Okay, we commissioned the 2 bus terminals the same day, and it's being used by our transporters. If you get there now, they have a conducive environment to actually do their businesses. See, so that is also part of His Excellency contribution to development of transportation in Oyo State.
So when will the ones in Iwo Road and New Ife, when will they be ready? At what stage are they?
Oh, thank you so much. The work is actually almost done. We're expecting that before the end of August, we should be able to complete the 2. As I speak now, it's about 75% both sides. But you see, we have to put some aesthetics into it so that to be finalized, and those will take some time. And then the landscaping also will do that. So by the end of August, that should be completed. Again, that will also add value to the transportation system in Oyo State.
Right, so I know you wanted to talk about this earlier, so let's dwell on this for a minute. How is the governor alleviating the current hardship faced by citizens in Oyo State?
Well, we've actually implemented very well the SAFER program, okay? So, and that is working for us. For instance, our farmers are benefiting from what His Excellency has given out in terms of what is needed on the farms, okay, fertilizers and so on. Even the small, medium enterprises, they are equally giving some loans to be able to pushing the effect of that. So there are a lot of them, and like again, we mentioned the issue of transportation system now, that we have buses all around the state. So His Excellency is working on how to reduce the hardship of the people of Oyo State. Now, don't forget that the award he has given out to civil servants is also there. Charlie has extended it again for another 3 months. So this is part of what the SAFER program is all about. The student also is being assisted in terms of the transportation and even the loans. Okay, so I think
this transportation, pardon me, Prof, this transportation, is it free or subsidized?
No, it's reduced. It's subsidized. It's reduced. Okay, it's reduced. So, of course, for civil servant, once it's free. See, For civil servant, it's free. So for our aged people, it's also free. But you see, we can, because we have to maintain the vehicles also. So therefore, it's all about how the effect is being, the impact is being, the hardship is being reduced so that it will not really get into the budget of our people negatively. So obviously, yes, some people are paying because we need also to maintain the vehicles on the road.
All right. So 2 more issues on transportation. I want us to talk about Omit buses. Oyo State government purchased 75 buses, and I know the original plan was 106 long buses at zero fare efficiency. So should Ibadan residents still expect more of these buses?
Yeah, we are taking you see, we work with data, we work with logic, and we do scientific inference before we go out to say, let's do this. That's why it's working for His Excellency. So what we have now is we are collecting data, facts, to be able to know the next line to move. Okay? It could be we have 40-seater buses, depending on what the analysis is saying about commuters and maintenance and so on. So yes, they should expect good things to come. But of course, what we have started, we need to do the analysis to be able to convince ourselves that this is the route we have to go.
All right, so the entire 76 buses are on the roads as we speak.
Yeah, all over the state, working for the people of Oyo State.
Prof, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
I can hear you.
All right, so I would also like to know, is the state government considering developing an intra-city rail train system?
Certainly, yes. In 2022, His Excellency directed us through the Chief of Staff to meet the Nigeria Railway Corporation to synergize and see how we can work it out to revive the railway. When we were young in the 60s, we used to join the railway from Dubai down to Eromu, and we'll come back. So now we are working now with the Nigeria Railway Corporation. Besides, the Dawn Commission is actually coming out with another model that all the states within Northwest will be linked by rail. So yes, I can tell you for that His Excellency is having in mind the plans for us to link other states in terms of railway, but to start with our inner intra-rail connectivity from Ido to Dubai to Sango to Olodo to Eromu. That one will be able to assist our businessmen and women to transport their goods and even services across the state. So, and of course, we're equally working with the Dawn Commission to link all the states in terms of railway connectivity.
All right, Prof. The first International Tourism Summit is coming up in Oyo State. What is the state aiming to achieve, and what should citizens also expect from this summit?
The first thing is our roadmap for sustainable development. We are concentrating more on key priority areas: security, education, health, expansion of economy. And under expansion of economy, the Secretary has actually added some other things, which is the tourism. So which means if we get it very right, this summit, of course, will bring in investors to our state. Because when you do sightseeing, of course, you'll be able to think right to say, I can invest in this area in Oyo State. So, when, of course, yes, you will come for leisure, you can come to enjoy yourselves, you can have holidays, but when you do that also, you take something home in terms of what you need to invest. So I believe, by God's grace, that this summit will add more value to our expansion of economy. Also, we sell our culture to other parts of the world. That's fundamental, because we have very rich culture. So that also will enable us to sell our culture to other parts of the world. So, and of course, our people will benefit, because when you have such a summit across the globe, people are coming, of course, you know that it will also add to the economy of the state in terms of IGR, because once we have things like that, the focus also will mean that we have some activities, economic activities that surround it, and of course, it means that the IGR will also improve. But the ultimate goal is to sustain the tourism sector so that we'll be able to sell our culture, we'll be able to expand our economy through that sector.
All right, Prof, it's been an interesting conversation with you tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on Politics Tonight. I've been speaking with Professor Dawood Shongodoyin, as the Commissioner for Public Works and Transport in Oyo State. Thank you so much for joining us as we discuss your infrastructure roadmap. Thank you for joining us, Prof.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for watching. That marks the end of today's episode of Politics Tonight. But the conversation continues from here. Get in touch with us on Twitter at TVC News NG and at Olajumoke using the hashtag Politics Tonight. We're also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Olajumoke Olajuji. Good night, everyone.